Oh, let me tell you a little story, okay? A story about a time in 2019 where I thought, I'm gonna go watch some movies by myself in the cinemas. Yeah? And the first movie I saw was Frozen 2. I don't know why, but that movie was not good. That was not a good movie. It just, yeah. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is John Wick 3, the second movie I ever saw going to the cinemas by myself. And the first movie, really, where I've left the cinemas going, that was not a good movie. I did not have fun. So, skip forward 2 years, and surprise me to learn, John Wick 3 has the same percentage score on Rotten Tomatoes as John Wick 1. Which is ridiculous because, you know, it's a trash movie and John Wick 1's a pretty good movie. On my scale of John Wick movies, it goes John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3. Oh. So I rewatched it again because I really just had terrible thoughts, you know. My memory of it was just so bad because I had such a bad experience. And it wasn't as bad as I remember, but it's still pretty bad, and I don't understand why it has like a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes because it is not good. It's not a good movie. So I've got some notes, and I'm gonna go over these notes right now. I have 5 good points. My five good things. My jazz hand of good things. Number 1. Action. Good action, obviously. High budget action movie is gonna have good action. That's not necessarily a given, but I think that it has some good action. I think that Keanu Reeves is good at punching things. And that might be all that he's good at anymore. Number 2, cinematography. It looks good. Good looking movie, you know, for the most part. I think that John Wick movies have tried to do cool things with cinematography. You know, the second one had all the mirrors, which, you know, how do you film that? That's pretty hard to do it without getting the camera in the shot. And then the third one's got like horses and bikes and big fish and sand and I don't actually think there's any big fish, but I wish. And then the third good point, I can't actually do this. I'm using this hand because I can't actually do this with this hand. Fun little fact about me. Third good point is dog. Dog is good. Dog is always good. Dog is a thumbs up. I like dog. 4 good thing, Dante's Inferno references the literature of the poet Dante Alighieri. Probably bad pronunciation, but you know, I had to research that in school, and so hearing it in a movie, I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, cool little thing. It's not a part of the plot at all. To be fair, there is no plot. And then Charon, the concierge man. He's the best character in the movie by far, apart from Dog. And then that's the only good things about this movie, because nothing happens. They introduce so much plot, and none of it goes anywhere. You know, the whole movie is pretty much John Wick's running away. This woman turns up and hires some Asians. he fights the Asians, and then he falls off a building. And that's literally all that happens. Now you may be thinking, hang on, Samuel, I've seen John Wick. Doesn't he go to the desert or something? He does. He does. But let me ask you this: where does that lead? You know, there's a whole big thing. They market it around Halle Berry and all this stuff, and they're like, "Oh, look, the coins. Oh, you all love the coins. So let's show you the first ever coin, and the first ever of this marker thing that we introduced in the second movie that no one cares about." He goes to the Middle East or wherever. The whole middle chunk of the movie is completely pointless. From like 20 minutes in to an hour and... I forget how long the movie is, but there's a whole hour and 20-minute chunk that is useless. He leaves America. Is he in America? I don't know. He leaves America. He goes to Halle Berry. They fight. Super boring fight, you know. I've got some dogs. The dog bite in the testicles and I shoot him in the head. And it happens for like 10 minutes and it's so boring. You know. Pew! Pew! You know. Get some cooler fights, you know. Have the dog, you know, do a backflip or something. I don't know. I just like dogs. What was I saying? Oh yeah. If he wants to be like, oh, I'm gonna get out of this thing. I'm gonna be John Wick, but I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be me, but I don't want to be shooting people. Because I'm John Wick and I don't want to do that anymore. And so he goes to Halle Berry. He's like, Halle Berry, please take me to the man. And she's like, I don't know where the man is. You're gonna have to just talk to this dude. And then they talk to a guy, and then they go into the desert, and then he walks around in the desert for a while. And then he almost dies, and then they're like, conveniently grab him. And then he goes to the man who's above the high table. They introduce some table for some reason. And he's like, all you gotta do to get out of it is kill Winston. By the way, Winston's clearly the bad guy of like the whole thing. John Wick 4 is gonna be like, Winston was behind everything the whole time and it's his thing to do blah blah blah, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, Winston, no. And then John will be like, my name was never Jonathan. Shut up, Winston. Stop calling me Jonathan. He goes to this guy. He says, I'll kill Winston, you know, to prove that I'm loyal. I'm gonna chop off me finger. You know what the finger had on it? Ring, wife ring, significant finger. He cuts off significant finger, significant emotional finger for this. And then he goes back, and Winston's like, what's up, John? And John Wick's like, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just gonna fight again. What was the point? What was the point of the whole middle of the movie? If he's just not, if he's good. If he's just not gonna do it, he's not gonna do anything. I went into this movie, I was like, okay, it's a trilogy, you know? Stupid old Samuel thinking it's gonna be a trilogy. Nope. Oh, the producers are like, oh, we collaborated with Fortnite. There's no end now. Oh boy, we're gonna keep cranking out these movies until Keanu is falling over and dying on set. He's gonna die on set from old age or something. We're gonna keep him coming out, and Keanu Reeves, it's gonna be like the Fast and the Furious series where they're invincible and he steps on the ground and the whole building, it collapses. Oh, I thought, stupid old me thought it's gonna be he's gonna, do a thing. His story's gonna come to a satisfying conclusion with it, where he's happy. He's like, he's finished his whole journey to avenge him wife, and he's gonna be like, he's gonna die. Essentially, he should die. He should die and go be with his wife. That's what I thought was gonna happen, and I was like, all right, I'm happy to watch that. Happy to watch that, and then it turns out the whole movie was just nothing, and they're making another one, and probably another one after that, and then probably 10 more, because whatever. Alright, let's see what notes I have here. Oh yeah, they introduced some plot where John Wick's from Belarus. No, he's not. You can't trick me. Is his name? They say his name is Jabalani Kamvanich or something. Why would you give him another name? He's already John, and then Winston calls him Jonathan, so it's like, is his name Jonathan or John? Because it's John with a H, but then Jonathan isn't spelt with a H. So is John with a H short for John without a H? Or is John is its own name. John is in the Bible. John is not short for Jonathan. Jon is short for Jonathan. John with a H is not short. Does he have 3 names? Also, what is Keanu Reeves' nationality? He's British Canadian, American. He's from Lebanon. He's not even close to Belarus. Hang on. Maps. Where is Belarus in relation to Lebanon? Okay, Belarus is there. And Lebanon is not that close. Okay. Cool. John Wick's not from Belarus. You can't trick me there. Alright. I wrote, the fanboy villain is the worst thing ever. Which is true, it is the worst thing ever. I hated every minute of him fanboying. I hated the end fights because they're like, oh, John Wick is, whatever, for $15 million or something. But we won't kill him because we're gonna leave it to the boss man. Like, just kill him and get the money and take his whole business. Because they're beating him in the fight. They're literal ninja boys. They can beat John Wick. He's like injured. He is an old injured man, and you are literal ninjas. That you ran through the homeless shelter and cut up all the homeless boys. That sounds that's like some Anakin Skywalker Padawan stuff. I hate Keanu Reeves talking. I cannot stand it. I can't stand it. He's like, I'm John Wick, and I'm gonna kill everyone. It's like it's so hard for him to speak. Why is it so hard for you to speak, Keanu? It's just, I'm doing it right now. It's just coming straight. Just talk, man. I have a sentence here that says, "Put those gloves on and fight me." Not sure what that's in reference to, because I did write this a few weeks ago. Oh yeah. Stupidest part, they give the bad guys at the end helmets that John Wick can't one-hit headshot them. Because that's his whole thing. He goes, pew in the head, pew in the head. Everyone's dead, pew in the head. You know? And then they make it so pew in the head is not dead, which is good. Good challenge. He has to try hard to kill him using actual difficult maneuvers. Good. Challenge for the protagonist is good. When the action is getting stale, that's good. You know what's not good is 5 seconds later, John walks down to the basement, he grabs a shotgun, and then he just one hits them in the head. It's why? Just make it a challenge. It's not a challenge when the concierge is killing 50 of the people. I've also written John Wick is the best belt fighter in the world. I'm assuming he does some belt shenanigans, you know, where he whips off his belt and goes... There's probably a guy with a knife or something, and he whips off his belt and he goes... It makes the noise. You know in the movies where they're fighting and it's like... And he's doing belt things, and then he probably strangles him to death. I don't actually remember, but I'm just assuming that's what happens. I wrote the Asian villain is some kind of glass wizard. I don't know if that's a good note or a bad note. Why do all the knife guys keep letting John live? Just take the 15 mil, bro. True. Goofy villains throw away their lives for no reason. Is it like a big thing to get killed by John? Because everyone's an assassin. Just kill someone. I haven't seen a single assassination happen. I just realized that there hasn't been a single assassination happen. It's just been a big battle royale. How boring is that? The last assassination that happened was in the second movie, and she killed herself! When does John Wick even kill anyone for money? And then in conclusion, with my little notes, this movie goes nowhere. Starts with John on the run from everyone, ends with him on the run from everyone, and there's a lot of talk about tables. Now, I don't know when John Wick 4 comes out. Let's have a look. John Wick 4 release date 27th of May. But I will have you know, I will definitely be watching it, and I will definitely not like it. Have fun! Goodbye, everybody!